Some houses remember, and some love stories were never meant to be found. After her estranged aunt passed away, Ivy Bennett, 29, inherited an old estate on the edge of Waverly Hill, a crumbling, ivy-choked mansion she'd never heard of before. No family ever spoke of it. No photos, no visits. Only one thing was left to her in the will: the house and a sealed letter that read, "Whatever you do, never open the attic." Of course, she did. Ivy moved in, the house creaked like it was breathing. Windows whispered when the wind passed through. At night she heard soft music playing from somewhere above. A piano, off-key, sad, familiar. The attic door was locked tight with 3 latches, but she noticed something odd. The dust around the handle was recently disturbed. Someone had opened it. She asked the local town clerk if anyone else had lived there. He paused, then muttered, "That place was built for a wedding, but never held one." She laughed it off, but inside something told her she was being watched. Discoveries. On the 3rd night, Ivy discovered a hidden compartment in her bedroom wall. Inside was a painting, dusty but striking. It was of a man, tall, somber eyes, dressed in 1920s fashion. But what haunted her was that he looked exactly like someone from her dreams as a child. A small plaque beneath it read, "Julian, beloved fiancé, 1923, no date of death, just gone." The next day, Ivy found dozens of love letters hidden in a floorboard. They were between her aunt, Eleanor, and Julian. Letters filled with passion, secrecy, and fear. "They say the house is cursed, Julian, but I say we curse it no longer. Marry me, and we'll leave it behind." But the letters stopped suddenly. The final one, written in red ink, ended with, "If I vanish, I didn't leave, I was taken." That night the music played again, only this time it was louder, and Ivy wasn't alone. Confrontation. Ivy followed the sound, up the stairs, past the portraits, toward the attic. The door was unlocked. Inside, the room was covered in rose petals. A dusty piano stood in the corner, still playing, and there, standing beside it, was Julian. He looked exactly like the portrait, alive, ageless, real. She froze. He looked at her and whispered, "You came back for me." Julian stood in the attic, untouched by time, same dark eyes, same longing stare, as if he'd been waiting for Ivy. She stepped forward, unsure. Her voice trembled. "You're Julian?" "You wear her face, but you're not Eleanor." Julian told her the truth, that he had been trapped in the house since 1923, cursed to relive the night Eleanor disappeared. Every few decades, someone new arrived, and each time he hoped it was her. Ivy didn't believe him, until he showed her the attic mirror. When she looked into it, she didn't see herself. She saw Eleanor. The resemblance wasn't just uncanny, it was ancestral. "Your blood called you here. The house remembers. It wants her back. Or it wants you." Then he handed her a final letter from Eleanor, written in trembling ink. "Julian is not who he once was. He loved me, but the house twisted him. He made a vow, and now he can't die. Not until I return, or someone takes my place." Julian begged Ivy to stay, not out of malice, but desperation. He didn't want to be alone anymore. "I waited for her, Ivy, and maybe I've waited for you instead." He showed her old journals, paintings, recordings of his slow descent into madness. His love had turned into obsession, obsession into haunting, and now he was part of the house. But Ivy wasn't ready to become someone else's ghost. Ivy found a way out, a ritual Eleanor had hidden in a music box. If performed, it could free Julian, but only by burning the house to the ground. Said he'd fade if the house did. He begged her not to. She hesitated, then whispered, "You don't love me, you love a memory." She lit the flame. The house groaned like a dying thing, and in its final moment Julian stepped into the fire, smiling.